Want to be a better road rider? You gotta try cyclocross. Racing cyclocross can make you a better road rider. So if you haven't tried cyclocross yet, what is keeping you from trying the discipline yourself? If you're a die-hard roadie, the off-season might mean some unstructured training and some additional cookies and treats. But if you're super focused, it's also a time to make some really big gains. But if you look outside, you'll see that it's cold and rainy and nasty out there. But you have to think, could Romain Bardet, Michael Kwiatkowski, even back in the day, Philippe Gilbert, Marianne Vos, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, they do cyclocross in the winter, and if it wasn't worth it, would they actually be doing it? A lot of riders from other disciplines do cyclocross in the fall and winter to stay sharp for their road seasons. Before we go any further, let us know in the app, have you tried cyclocross and has it made you a better roadie? Whether you like it or not, cyclocross can really step up your handling skills when you're constantly being put in a position where you have to perform under pressure and handle your bike technically. It's that sink or swim mentality. And you definitely will not get better if you don't push yourself, but cyclocross makes it a very fun way to challenge yourself, to be competitive, to stay motivated all throughout the winter months. You will have the ability to crash with grace after you're done with a season of cyclocross. If you're gonna go over the bars on pavement, you're gonna wanna know how to do that crash and not get really hurt. Cyclocross teaches road riders in a nice way on nice grass how to learn how to crash and roll versus taking the entire impact super fast. I'm not saying that cyclocross riders don't get hurt when they crash on the road, or that cross riders when they hit the deck they don't get hurt or anything like that, but what I'm trying to say is that you can glean a lot from crashing on a cyclocross bike on softer terrain. When you hit the ground, traditionally, you put your hands out in front of you, but cyclocross really allows you to have that quick reaction speed, to see a hole in the peloton, to ditch your bike and to run off into some grass, and cyclocross can also teach you that hand-eye coordination. If you can't jump over, say, a log or a rock, then cyclocross is gonna be super hard for you. So just from doing it, you're gonna be able to apply those kinds of skills to road racing and have the ability to react faster to small debris in the road, whether it's cobblestones or something else. All these things that road riders might initially be scared of, but after a season of cyclocross, just can become normal routine. Learning how to overcome bad conditions will be a lot easier after a winter of cyclocross. Rain, mud, snow, cold, wet, the list goes on. Learning a lot about yourself in the process and how you deal with it and how you overcome it to get in a good day of training or racing despite the hardships, that all of it is gonna make you a better road rider. The riders who opted to just train in the sun and basically hang out in the Arizona desert or the Tuscan coastline all year, well, they might not be prepared to do a one-day classic in the cold Belgian spring. But after a season of cyclocross racing, I guarantee that the way that you look at being cold and the preparation of learning how to take care of yourself in those extreme weather conditions is gonna forever make you a better road rider or racer. Mentally, cyclocross is going to also give you a deeper knowledge base and a skill set that can only be learned by putting yourself in that situation consistently, because cyclocross is throwing those horrible weather conditions at you so often. You're just going to be growing your toolbox to understand what the demands of being able to get through an event or a long, cold, nasty training ride in bad weather is all about. Have you ever been described as being a diesel engine when you ride, meaning an endurance athlete who doesn't have a lot of high-end snap? Well, if that's the case, then cyclocross might just be the remedy. Cyclocross races typically average 10 speed changes per lap, which means that you'll have to get the bike back up to speed at least 10 times per lap. And if the race is 8 laps, that means that you did 80 sprints throughout the whole thing, with a lot of VO2 and threshold work in there as well. For over an hour, goodbye diesel land. Welcome to two-stroke dirt bike life after a season of cyclocross racing. Cyclocross is an individual sport. Simply, cyclocross teaches you how to be a winner on the road, where you can come in and have a lot less pressure on certain days or certain race scenarios, or if you just don't want to put in the work for a given stage or a stage race or a one-day event, you can sit in the bunch, shag bottles, ride some tempo at the front, or just be pack fill. In cross though, the pressure to perform is full on. The way that you race, the tactics, accountability, and determination all come to mind when I think about the individual component of cyclocross. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have teammates. You certainly do. You have your staff and your mechanics, but seldomly can one rider in cyclocross help another one to achieve the top step of the podium. Now, this isn't always true, but most often the strongest rider in cyclocross wins. And just the essence of winning is definitely gonna make you a better road rider. Cyclocross riders traditionally train for running and lifting weights in their season, which is technically a road rider's off season. So that keeps cyclocross riders as well-rounded athletes. Running and gym work has been shown to increase bone density, which is a huge problem among endurance road cyclists in particular. So running's a great way to get in a nice workout, especially if it's super cold out. In gym work, well, you should be doing that anyway, but if you're not doing it now, cross in the winter is a great excuse to get yourself into the gym. So by doing the exercises in the gym, you're gonna become more well-rounded, even out any imbalances that you might have, and if you were to take a tumble, you'll be more resilient in a hard crash. Now, we've seen a lot of big days won in the mountains, but not necessarily from climbing, but from descending. Cyclocross is gonna teach you how to shift your body weight, lean the bike over, understand tire pressure and the limits of a bike. It's also gonna develop, like I said earlier, your reaction times, which is gonna be really helpful on wild and fast descents. One former cyclocrosser that we've talked about before is Julian Alaphilippe. He's famously used his technical skills in the descents to not only win the races, but to blow them wide open. And I'd like to think that cyclocross definitely has helped hone that skill for him over the years. So those are some of the reasons why cyclocross can make you a better roadie. Now, nothing good in life comes without putting in the hard work. And cyclocross is not gonna be a walk in the park, but if you put the effort into learning the basics, then the sport of cyclocross can teach a road rider to be so much more well-rounded. Let us know down in the comments if cyclocross racing is something that you're gonna try in the future to help you become a better road cyclist. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.